Okay, good night, good morning, good day, whatever time you're looking at this video. Welcome back. Today we are going to do context analysis. Context analysis is the second part of the instructional design. As you know, we are doing the ADDIE model: analyze, design, develop, implement, and evaluate. And when we look at the analysis phase, we have already done the needs analysis, which gave us the instructional problem, right? We didn't actually do the needs analysis. We just created an instructional problem of our own. But the next step after the instructional problem is the context analysis. Now, the context analysis tells us what we expect in terms of our students and the environment, or what we would like to have. In other words, the context describes the environment and the students, all the variables that can affect the instruction. We call that the context analysis, the circumstances that surround the instruction. And so today we're going to discuss the context analysis. There are two main components of the context analysis, and these are the learner characteristics and the environment analysis. So under learner characteristics, we want to discuss who are these learners? Who are these people? Who are these people we're going to teach, the audience, that is? And then on the environment analysis, we also want to discuss what the environment would be like, like the classroom and so on. So let's start with learner characteristics. Under learner characteristics, we want to discuss three areas: the general characteristics, the entry competencies, academic information, and let's say for personal and social characteristics, 4 areas. On the general characteristics, we are talking about the learner, and we are talking about what factors would describe this learner. So on the general characteristics, we would consider gender. You would write on the general characteristics gender, and then you would discuss, would this be male, female, or male and female? That's gender, or any other gender. What would be the gender of the people to whom you would be giving the instruction? Then secondly, you want to write the age. You want to say what age. So these would be male students about 20 years old, right? And thirdly, on the general characteristics, you're looking at work experience. Are these people expected to have any work experience or not? If we are developing a lesson for a primary or secondary school, then work experience would hardly matter. But if we are discussing a lesson for a training environment, say in industry, then you do want them to have some form of work experience. So you have to say what work experience they should have. Then we want to look at education. Under education, we want to refer to any kind of previous education they have. Maybe they have come from standard 1 or standard 2 or standard 3 and so on. And maybe they have gone through different educational experiences. What do you want them to know? Right? Then thirdly, or fourthly, I should say, we want to look at ethnicity. Most times ethnicity would not matter. In Trinidad and Tobago, it's a multi-ethnic society, and therefore you can have people of varied ethnic background. And unless ethnicity affects the performance of the students, it's not important really to refer to ethnicity. So to review then, under general characteristics, you must outline the gender of the class, the age of the students, their work experience, and their educational background. That is, remember, on the educational background, what have they covered so far? Secondly, we want to look at entry competencies. Under entry competencies, are there any particular skills you want the student to be able to perform? Now, entry competencies is a little bit different from education. For instance, I might say the education is that they should have completed second grade mathematics, or they should have completed Form 4 mathematics. That's the education. But yes, they have completed that, but can they do Can they do indices very well? Or are they very competent with calculus or something like that? Like in my particular case, I have a pass in physics, but don't ask me to do electricity. I'll do very poorly with electricity, but I'm good at mechanics and heat. So sometimes you fulfill the educational background because it is broader. But when we look at specific entry competencies, we want to know what specifically should the student be able to do in order to complete your training. Thirdly, we want to look at personal and social characteristics. Does the student have to have any particular personal and social characteristic? Should they be kind? Should they be pleasant? Should they be communicative? Should they be friendly? So some things we want to look at under personal and social characteristics are things like those. Then fourthly and finally, we want to look at academic information. Academic information would address any particular academic qualification the student must have. It's a little bit different from education because now we're looking at the descriptors like what should be their grade point average, what school grade should they have attained, what scores they may have made on some sort of standardized achievement test, maybe the GRE or the GMAT or the SATs as the case might be. Should they have completed any special advanced course? So you see academic information is more specific with respect to the completion of a particular set of training. So again, to go over, let's look at learner characteristics, which is the first part of context analysis. We want to look at general characteristics of the student. And under general characteristics, you're looking at gender, age, work experience, education, and ethnicity. Then under entry competencies, we want to know, do they have any specific skills? We must identify the skill. Able to do long division, able to multiply fractions, able to do calculus, must be able to do electricity, must be able to jump 5 feet high. Those are entry competencies. And entry competencies, remember, is what we expect them to enter with. And then personal and social characteristics are those characteristics which will describe the students personally and socially. Are they friendly? Are they kind? Are they helpful? And so on. And then academic information, specifically addressing any academic qualification that you want the student to be able to have. I hope you understand learner characteristics is the first part of the context analysis. In the next video, we would go on to the environment. What should the environment in which the student would do this lesson, what should the environment look like? You take care and enjoy. Bye-bye.